Have you ever secretly feared that your entire life might slip by unnoticed? That beneath your carefully constructed routine, there's a quiet sense of desperation you've ignored for far too long? If so, you're not alone. Recent studies reveal a shocking truth. Nearly 70% of adults admit they feel trapped, living life on autopilot, moving through days that blur together, wondering why they never feel fully alive. Maybe you wake up tired, already dreading another day of tasks that feel meaningless. You've worked hard, checked every box, career success, relationships, financial stability. But despite outward achievements, something still feels painfully absent. You chase promotions and possessions, seeking fulfillment, only to find each new milestone leaves you emptier than before. It's as if there's a question whispering inside you that nothing external can answer. Is this really all there is? Psychologist Carl Jung once described this feeling as a call from the deepest part of your soul, a yearning not for external rewards, but for wholeness within. Yet most people silence that voice with endless distractions: social media scrolling, constant busy work, mindless consumption, because acknowledging it feels risky, even dangerous. It forces you to face a truth you might not be ready to handle. Something essential is missing from your life. But if you're watching this now, perhaps you've reached the point where ignoring that whisper isn't an option anymore. Maybe your heart aches for deeper meaning, for something authentic in a world of endless noise. Rumi, the great Persian poet, understood this perfectly when he said, "What you seek is seeking you." Consider this carefully. Your dissatisfaction isn't accidental, it's your awakening already underway. Today, you're standing at a crossroads. The question isn't theoretical, it's deeply personal, urgent even. Are you ready to discover who you really are beneath the surface of ordinary existence, even if it means letting go of everything you thought you knew about yourself? If you dare to continue, this journey won't just change the way you live, it could change the very core of who you believe yourself to be. Awakening often strikes like lightning, powerful, sudden, and irreversible. Imagine clearly seeing, perhaps for the first time in your life, that everything you've chased, status, wealth, approval, was never meant to fulfill you. Picture a moment so vivid and shocking that it shatters your old identity completely, leaving you stunned, yet strangely liberated. Science describes this experience as ego dissolution, where the brain temporarily quiets areas associated with your usual sense of self. In these profound moments, boundaries dissolve, revealing an overwhelming sense of unity, clarity, and interconnectedness. Everything suddenly feels vibrantly alive, and the separateness you've always felt from others and the world itself is exposed as nothing more than an illusion. But here's the truth many won't tell you. Awakening is beautiful, but also incredibly dangerous. Beneath its luminous surface, it disrupts everything you've known. Eckhart Tolle describes it powerfully. Awakening means the death of the mind-created self, the ego. Initially, you're filled with wonder and freedom, convinced you've finally cracked the secret of existence. But awakening also sets in motion a series of profound internal earthquakes. Your relationships, your career, even your sense of purpose can suddenly crumble into uncertainty. The Zen masters warned us about this paradox. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. On first hearing, it seems absurd. How could life possibly remain ordinary after an experience so profound? Yet hidden within these simple words lies a powerful truth. Awakening isn't about escaping your life, it's about transforming your relationship with every ordinary moment forever. Right now, you might be feeling invincible, convinced that your newfound clarity will remain forever. But here's what you must know before going further. Awakening isn't the end, it's the beginning of the hardest, most rewarding journey you'll ever take. Just ahead lies darkness you can't yet imagine, challenges that will test everything you've discovered. Are you truly prepared for what's about to come next? If you think awakening is only bliss, you're about to learn otherwise. But if you're ready to risk everything to live fully awake, keep watching, because what you're about to hear could define the rest of your life. Awakening often promises freedom, joy, and clarity, but rarely does it warn you about what happens next. Just when you think you've found peace, the ground beneath your feet shifts, plunging you into darkness you never saw coming. Imagine Sarah, who once meditated daily, feeling calm and spiritually connected. Now she lies awake night after night, gripped by anxiety and a profound sense of loss, wondering desperately if her spiritual path has betrayed her. This isn't failure, it's the dark night of the soul, a phase ancient mystics warned about but few today openly admit to facing. At this stage, doubts flood in, shadows surface, and everything you previously understood feels painfully meaningless. You begin to question your very sanity, thinking, was my awakening just an illusion? Did I make a terrible mistake? But Carl Jung, the renowned psychologist, knew better. He warned clearly, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Facing the darkness is not only normal, it's necessary. Neuroscience confirms Jung's insight, demonstrating that powerful shifts in consciousness often cause buried emotional wounds to rise suddenly to the surface. Your fears, suppressed emotions, and hidden traumas aren't randomly tormenting you. They're demanding attention, forcing you toward a deeper healing. Take, for example, the powerful yet rarely told story of Zen master Hakuin. Once falsely accused of fathering a child, he faced public shame. But rather than defending himself or becoming bitter, he responded calmly, saying simply, "Is that so?" He raised the child lovingly without resentment. Later, when the truth emerged and the family apologized, he again responded with gentle detachment, "Is that so?" His profound serenity in the face of injustice wasn't accidental. It arose from fully accepting life's darkest moments without resistance. You might currently feel trapped in this dark storm, convinced you can't survive. But beneath your fears lies a profound truth, poetically revealed by Rumi. The wound is the place where the light enters you. In other words, the darkness isn't punishment or regression, it's your greatest opportunity for transformation. Jung put it another way, vividly asserting, "No tree can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell." At this very moment, you have a choice. Will you run from the shadows, trying to hide again behind distractions? Or will you bravely face them, knowing this darkness holds the secret to your true liberation? This decision isn't just crucial. It will shape every moment of your life moving forward. Chapter 4. Surrender. The courage to let go completely. Imagine standing at the edge of an abyss, your heart racing, every instinct screaming at you to retreat, to cling desperately to solid ground. Yet somewhere deeper within, a quiet voice urges, let go, trust. This pivotal moment when you finally surrender isn't weakness. It's the bravest act you'll ever perform on your spiritual journey. Initially, surrender feels terrifying. It feels like loss, like giving up your identity, your control, your carefully built life. But here's what's astonishingly true. Surrender doesn't weaken you, it frees you. What you're letting go of isn't your real self, but the heavy armor of illusions you've unknowingly carried for years. Eckhart Tolle powerfully calls this the death of the ego, the necessary step that allows your authentic, limitless self to emerge. But why surrender? Because until now, your ego, this carefully constructed identity, has been dictating every fear, every desire, every action you've taken. Surrender means trusting a force greater than your small, fearful self. Michael Singer, author of The Untethered Soul, put it simply, everything will be okay as soon as you're okay with everything. He meant surrendering control doesn't mean losing, it means finally finding peace. Science agrees, offering fascinating insights. Research on meditation shows that true surrender quiets your brain's default mode network, the place where your ego resides. When this network calms down, anxiety and self-criticism fade, replaced by deep peace and clarity. Surrender isn't just spiritual poetry, it's a measurable biological transformation. Think vividly about a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. Within the darkness, the caterpillar completely dissolves, losing every aspect of its previous form. This destruction, though frightening, isn't the end. It's the miraculous beginning of something entirely new. Similarly, your own surrender is the cocoon phase, the dissolving of your old identity to reveal the wings you never knew you possessed. Joseph Campbell articulated this beautifully when he said, "We must be willing to let go of the life we planned so as to have the life waiting for us." This willingness to release control isn't defeat, it's freedom. It unlocks your deepest potential, empowering you to live life authentically, without fear or pretense. Yet this powerful transformation presents another critical challenge. How do you now take this extraordinary clarity and peace back into your ordinary daily life? A life that seems unchanged, indifferent to your awakening? How do you bridge the immense gap between the profound spiritual truths you've uncovered and the mundane realities waiting for you in your daily routines? If you want your awakening to survive, to truly transform your daily existence, the answers you seek are just ahead. Chapter 5. The Return, Navigating Two Worlds. After you've glimpsed the infinite, after you've touched the essence of who you truly are, returning to your ordinary life can feel like stepping into a strange dream. The world around you hasn't changed. It's still busy, noisy, filled with the same routines, demands, and responsibilities. Yet now everything appears different, even alien. It feels as though you've outgrown your own life, and at first this realization can be profoundly unsettling. Zen tradition describes this delicate transition through the metaphor of the ox herder who, after achieving enlightenment, doesn't retreat to solitude. Instead, he joyfully returns to the bustling marketplace, engaging effortlessly with ordinary people, quietly radiating a peace so deep it subtly transforms everyone he meets. Outwardly, nothing about him appears special, yet beneath this humble surface is someone whose presence quietly awakens others. This image captures the profound challenge you now face. Your awakening was never meant to isolate you or shield you from ordinary struggles. It's meant to transform the way you relate to every moment of daily existence. Neuroscience confirms the extraordinary potential of integrating spiritual insights into everyday life. Studies clearly show sustained mindfulness practice rewires your brain, dramatically enhancing emotional balance, reducing stress, and amplifying your capacity to face ordinary challenges with calm clarity. But how exactly do you return? At first, the gap between your profound inner insights and the unchanged outer world might feel overwhelming. Joseph Campbell offered crucial wisdom on this point, saying, "We must be willing to let go of the life we planned, so as to have the life waiting for us." Integration means embracing life exactly as it is, allowing your new awareness to infuse your ordinary experiences, moment by moment. It means shifting your relationship with daily frustrations, traffic jams, work pressures, family misunderstandings. Not by avoiding them, but by responding with a presence and compassion you previously didn't possess. Yet be aware, the return won't always feel comfortable. You may experience isolation or frustration, questioning if you've genuinely changed, fearing your awakening could slip away amidst daily distractions. This fear is natural, but remember this powerful truth. Your awakening doesn't diminish when confronted by ordinary life, it deepens. Each moment, each interaction, each challenge becomes an invitation to practice the truths you've discovered, to bring your profound insight directly into the heart of the ordinary. Your greatest strength now is your courage to embrace ordinary life, seeing clearly that it's not separate from the spiritual, but deeply interconnected. The sacred isn't found in escape. It's found in your daily decision to remain present, compassionate, and fully awake. This is your new mission, your new adventure, to transform ordinary existence through the extraordinary power of your awakened presence. But you might still wonder, how do you sustain this awakened presence practically? How do you avoid losing your insight when daily stresses inevitably return? The answers aren't abstract. They're practical, direct, and profoundly life-changing, and they're waiting for you right now. Chapter 6. Integration. Embodying the sacred in everyday life. Integration is the true test of your awakening. It's easy to feel spiritual during meditation retreats or in peaceful solitude. But how do you react when your boss demands too much? When someone cuts you off in traffic? Or when relationships challenge your patience? Your awakening isn't genuinely tested in temples or sanctuaries. It's tested in the small, messy, frustrating moments of daily life. Integration means choosing presence right there amid life's chaos. Mindfulness isn't a mere spiritual buzzword. It's your most powerful ally on this journey. Neuroscientific studies prove that even brief daily mindfulness practices significantly reshape your brain, enhancing your emotional resilience and reducing anxiety. Mindfulness transforms ordinary activities, washing dishes, sipping coffee, or simply breathing deeply, into profound spiritual practices. Each mindful moment becomes sacred, anchoring your extraordinary awakening in the reality of your everyday life. To truly live this, begin tomorrow morning with a simple practice. Before starting your day, spend 2 quiet minutes affirming clearly, "Today, I choose presence over perfection. Repeat this every morning for 1 week, noticing how quickly your awareness deepens. Also, try intentionally choosing one ordinary daily task, making breakfast, brushing your teeth, or walking your dog, and perform it with complete, undivided attention, as if each moment truly mattered. Soon you'll discover that it does. Journaling is another invaluable practice, quietly bridging your awakening experiences with daily life. Writing down your struggles, insights, and reflections clarifies emotions, reduces confusion, and allows deeper truths to emerge. This simple habit can provide comfort when doubts resurface, acting as a practical anchor, ensuring your awakening remains vibrant, alive, and meaningful. Remember, too, that awakening isn't meant to isolate you. Connection matters immensely. Seek out like-minded people who understand your journey, share your experiences, and offer encouragement. Equally vital, however, is nurturing compassion and patience toward those who don't yet understand your path. Your awakened presence isn't meant to separate you from others. It's meant to help you connect more deeply and compassionately with everyone in your life. Finally, the most powerful integration comes through acts of service and kindness. As the great sage Ramana Maharshi famously said, "Your own self-realization is the greatest service you can render the world." Each small act of genuine compassion, listening without judgment, helping someone in need, or simply being fully present with others, reinforces your spiritual awakening profoundly. Your insight isn't fully known until you express it outwardly, touching the lives around you. Integration doesn't mean perfection. It means consistently choosing presence, compassion, and authenticity, moment by moment, day after day. If you stumble, forgive yourself and return gently to presence. Every time you do this, your awakening deepens, becoming stronger and more enduring. T.S. Eliot beautifully summarized this journey when he wrote, "We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time." Your spiritual journey doesn't end here. It's truly beginning now. Your life no longer needs to be ordinary. It can become extraordinary, one conscious, mindful moment at a time. If you're ready to commit fully to this awakened way of living, join a community dedicated to true presence. Subscribe now, share this message with someone who needs it, and together, let's awaken the world, starting right here, in this very moment.